Yo, what up? Welcome to yet another Ultrakill theory. This one sort of rides the coattails of some of my other theories. Links in the description on some of those. But this one is about hatred. A common theme throughout Ultrakill, and especially its second act, fittingly named Imperfect Hatred. And as I talked in my previous theory video, Hell seems to have a passive, aggressive hatred towards God and its creations. But what if that hatred is a bit more than just an emotion? Something a bit more tangible? More on that later. But first, I wanted to start off with enraged enemies. Because I've noticed some things about them that could be perceived as quite interesting, that most people seem to overlook. Now, it should be obvious that enraged enemies have something to do with hatred, obviously. But I think the connection goes deeper than just that. When an enemy enrages, they are wholly consumed by a red aura and power, and usually attack faster with more deadly attacks, faster and all that, just more dangerous. But not only are they more dangerous to everything around them, they seem to attack more recklessly and are more dangerous to themselves. Some examples include hideous mass shooting many more explosive beams and attacks that can be parried to itself. Cerberus becoming faster and dashing more towards the danger, and attacking more often, which includes a self-damaging explosive able to hit itself. And Gabriel, who as well, when enraged, gets closer to you faster and being more aggressive, which actually means it's easier for you to hit him. These are only some examples. Now you might say they're only acting recklessly out of some sort of desperation, and I agree that that is actually the case. But what if it goes deeper than that? What if enragement is not only the enemies themselves doing something in a time of need, but what if it is also aided by the influence of hell? It's just so weird to me how many things seem to happen around hatred, and how it seems to just sort of manifest in things. Which leads me to believe that hatred is not just a strong emotion, but an actual tangible source of power that can be used to enhance something's abilities. And I think this is one of the properties of hell itself. But why would that be the case? What could hell get from empowering random demons and machines inside of it? Well, I believe hell feeds hatred so that it can be fed death. I mean, what other emotion is usually as strong as hatred? And hate itself can be used as a catalyst to drive towards more death and destruction. It's a perfect cycle. Hell can empower those willing, or perhaps maybe just being inside of hell gives you some sort of potential to be enraged and powered with hatred, to push beyond your limits and destroy everything around you, or even yourself. We even see this hatred force being able to corrupt angelic beings like Gabriel and virtues. Because isn't it a little strange how supreme mighty angels and Gabriel, who, might have some anger issues, hastily become sort of like an apostate of hate? That's a kind of a jump, but maybe that is just the case. Maybe Gabriel already has a predisposition to anger, it's pretty obvious, but once he went inside of hell, he'd been unknowingly influenced by hell's subtle psychological tweaks, and boosted his hatred, making him even more brutal without a second thought. eventually being defeated by us. And in the epilogue of 6-2, he leaves Hell and kills the Council, but he does so not with hatred, but instead a perfect clarity and conviction. So, was he always in control of his hatred, and his status as a supreme angel maybe gave him some resistance to these effects? Or did Hell influence him? Who's to say? But we know for certain that Hell has control of the beings inside of it, at least to some degree, due to the text found at the end of the P2 ARG.
I figured it out. I know why the creatures are suddenly and undetectably appearing inside our facilities. I know why spare parts and pieces of machines keep disappearing. I know why doors seem to malfunction and suddenly lock themselves. It's not a glitch in the system, it's... Hell is alive, it breathes, it thinks. The entire area is a massive, intelligent superorganism. And it's harsh, and it's cruel. Just by watching us, it has learned how our systems and machines work. It has not only begun to deconstruct our technology, but also assemble it in perverse ways, attaching parts to the creatures it tortures, making them into an aimless army for death and destruction. It warps them across itself to get them past our security. It locks our doors to trap us with them. This is not an attack. This is not a defense. This is entertainment. This is an exhibition of death and cruelty and suffering for its own sake. It had gone tired of what it has, and we unwillingly just offered ourselves up as the new playthings. Tom, please, for the love of God, cancel this project immediately. We have to abandon everything and seal this place away. Leave the machines and tools behind. Evacuate as many as we can before it's too late. I can only hope this encrypted message is received before the organisms learn to read it and intercept it. Whatever happens, we cannot let this thing find a way out and spread it to the surface. We have...
One never dies. Bring me more. I hunger.
So in conclusion, I believe hatred is in fact an actual tangible force to be used and spread to empower creatures. I think Hell is most likely subtly or not so subtly influencing the minds of its inhabitants or people who enter Hell, feeding them this power and hatred and purposefully enraging them, causing even more brutal cycles of chaos and rage and death. And perhaps an even strong enough corrupting force to enrage angelic presences within Hell who can give in to hate. Once virtuous angels, now brought to the knees of hatred and Hell's whims. But that's all for this theory. I know it's kind of a short one, but I just had this idea. Follow me on Twitch. Hit the buttons, subscribe, like. But until next time, see ya.